All right. So we go from the Black Beast to this next guest. I am incredibly excited to talk to this man. He is a jack of all trades, critically acclaimed rapper, host, chef, author. He does it all. He's the Albanian sensation. He is the pride of Flushing, Queens. He is the one and only Bam Bam Baklava himself. Action Bronson.
How are you, sir?
How are you? Wow, this is
I feel
amazing.
amazing.
What a pleasure.
I
What an
feel
honor
great.
to have you on the show.
It's a pleasure for me, man, honestly. The pleasure is all mine.
And by the way, what a tremendous Skype connection or FaceTime connection you have here. Where are you right now?
Is it crispy? Is it HD?
It's 4K.
Well, they fucking put the new panels up on the side of my building, which I'm not very happy about because it's making the birds fly weird. But whatever, it's giving us good connection. I got good internet over here. I'm able to watch this very clearly.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for doing this. There's so much to talk to you about. And from what I understand, you're a very big MMA fan, and you've been watching MMA since like back in the day, like the early days, 1993, 94. Is that accurate?
I mean, when I was a kid, my boy had the fucking cable box where you stole the cable. His father had it. He worked for Pepsi. He used to have the Pepsi clear before everybody. And we used to watch all the wrestling shit, everything that came on pay-per-view. So, of course, the UFC, all that stuff, all the crazy cage fighting. I love that shit. I have all the DVDs in a nice little compartment in the crib just chilling. But when I worked in the kitchen, I got captured by the Ultimate Fighter, the first edition.
Oh, yes.
I had a little shitty TV, and the only channel we had was Telemundo and Spike for some reason. So I caught everything on Telemundo. We were watching all the novellas. So when I got tired of that, we put on Spike and we caught the fighting. So it just drew me in, and just ever since, I don't miss anything.
Yeah, and I've gotten to know you over the past couple of months. Like, you're watching the fight nights, you're watching prelims, you're weighing in. Like, you're not just like tuning in for the big pay-per-views. You're watching on a weekly basis.
Yeah, I'm watching everything. I'm going back and doing studying. I'm looking at all kinds of different things that I've missed. I'm trying to watch the one championship. I'm trying to watch all these different. I don't know how to fucking do it. I'm not really good at the computer. I just figured out how to get ESPN Plus.
Oh.
I leave it logged in because I don't know. I have like fucking 30 passwords. It's ridiculous.
What do you think of it so far?
It's good.
Yeah?
The only problem I had was that early on I couldn't find replays easily.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll work on that.
That's all good. I'll figure it out.
And even like you were telling me you were in Amsterdam, you were having a concert, you get off the stage, you go and watch RDA Leon Edwards. Like, this is on your mind.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Nonstop. That's what got me through Europe. Just this podcast and this show and the Wednesday show, fucking Tuesday fights. It's good. I need constant pleasure for my eyes. Whether it's baseball, I'm missing baseball while I'm in Europe. I don't really get all my Yankee shit. The Knicks, I'm just fucking, my mind is blown. The Jets, come on. This is where I'm at in life right now.
Yeah, so MMA is always there for you. There's always something to be excited about.
It's always there.
True or false, you listen to this show while painting. Is that accurate?
Very true.
What do you do? What do you paint?
I paint all kinds of things, whatever comes to my mind, from my heart, from the stars, whatever inspires me. I've done a series of all kinds of faces, all kinds of weird things. I can't really even explain to you what it is. It's hard to explain.
So when you're doing something and it's coming from the heart, why would you listen to an MMA show? Well, like some people would listen to classical music or different. Why a show like this one?
Well, I'm listening to music as well, but I love sports radio. I love the fan. I grew up on Mike Francesa, Joe Beningo. That's my guy, I'm constantly listening to it all day long. I'd rather listen to that than any radio station playing any music now. So it's either that or 70s Nigerian funk and music from Ghana and all kinds of all over the world shit, Thai funk and wild shit. That's the stuff that gets me going.
Okay. I had the pleasure of seeing you at the Bellator event at MSG, but I wanted to ask you, and it only kind of hit me afterwards. I saw you.
That was a quickie.
I saw you during the prelims, and like Bellator has like 25 fights, so like no one really of note had fought just yet. and you said you were leaving, and this was the card that had like Chael coming up and Rory McDonald. You said you were going to get some falafel and going back home. Why did you just stick around for like the early prelims?
The problem was I got there, they fucked up my seating.
Ah.
I can't be standing around while they're fussing for my seats.
Okay.
So I went to the back area. They trying to figure everything out, and with 5 minutes, I just couldn't handle it anymore. My anxiety, I just had to get the hell out of there. So I was in and out of the garden in 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, falafel was procured, and everything was happy. I went back and I watched it on the Zone, but it was not a great card.
So you actually didn't watch a single fight. You went all the way there and then went home.
I watched it back. I watched it on the rerun.
Right. Okay, but not live. I mean.
No.
Wow. Well, you hit it very well when I saw you.
Falafels.
Yeah. Well, I don't blame you. I love falafel too.
Well, I'm glad that we bumped into each other. That was the best part of the night. For real.
I appreciate that. My goal in life is to have matzo ball soup with you. I've heard that you are a big matzo ball lover, like myself. I have a rule. If I'm at a restaurant, even if I don't want matzo ball soup, I have to order it. That's my one thing.
Yeah. So you could critique it, right?
Yeah. I want to see the different.
It's all
kinds.
about critiquing the matzo ball soup. I don't even eat it for pleasure anymore. It's all about, this is not that good. This is too salty. But I am a matzo ball soup connoisseur, as well as other types of soups from various lands. I love a good Thai soup. There's nothing like a good Jewish penicillin, though.
That's right.
I'll tell you that.
That's right. And now you got to hang out with Israel Adesanya in Auckland recently. What was that like?
Oh, yeah. Well, I met him. We met each other in New York at this complex thing, and then I was heading out to New Zealand for some shows. I did a couple of shows out there for the New Year's, and I just dropped by the gym, chilled for a little bit. We went by my man's restaurant. I played some music. I knew this kid was going to be the best. I mean, one of the best. He's a champ. He's a good fighter, man. He's a good fighter. He has amazing movement. He has a lot of good skills. He has the cockiness. He has heart, as he's shown.
Right.
He took a fucking beating in the gasoline fight, man.
Is he your favorite right now?
He's my guy. I don't have favorites really. I really enjoy the matchups. I enjoy the art. I love Dustin Poirier. I've been watching him for a minute. Nate Diaz, obviously, he's a fan favorite.
Yeah.
I've been watching John Jones since the beginning. I knew he was going to be the one. Still hasn't really lost, man. It's a bullshit loss.
Right. I agree. And what about Colby Covington? Did you see his fight on Saturday? And what do you make of him?
I watched the fight. I mean, I texted you, man. Lawler looked like his hands froze up. I don't know what happened. You see Robbie Lawler in these wars, and then against Colby, he was putting on a ridiculous pace, and the pressure was unbelievable. Okay, but it didn't look like he was hurting him with the hands. He didn't look like he was hurting him with the hands very much, and it just looked like he was just gun shy. I don't know. You never really see that from him.
Who do you like in that fight, Covington or Usman?
I like Usman in that fight.
Oh.
Honestly.
Why?
I like Usman. I don't know. I think that, to be honest with you, I'm not really sure.
Okay. I appreciate the honesty.
I said the first thing that came to my mind. Yeah. Now I have to think about it.
I respect it. Will you go to it if it's at MSG? Are you going to go to that one November 2nd?
I'm trying to be here. I just saw Johnny Walker and Corey Anderson just got made.
Damn, look at you. You really keep up with the news.
Come on, bro. I'm on point. At this point, there got to be somebody, right? Johnny Walker looks like the next guy, but he acts like too much of a clown in there. Hopefully, he doesn't just get knocked out quickly.
Right.
He's too overzealous. But yeah, man, I don't know.
Do they hook you up? Like when you say you want to go to these fights, does the UFC hook you up? Do they roll out the red carpet?
When I met Israel,
I
met a guy.
Okay.
And he was taking care of me, but then he went to work for WWE, so he passed me off to some lady, and she takes care of me now very well. And I see Dana, and he says, "What's up?" They always put me in the front. right on the corner. It's a really beautiful thing.
That guy, by the way, this is very inside baseball, but that guy's name is Josh Eldridge, legend, one
There
of the
he
best
is.
PR guys now working for
He's a
WWE.
great guy.
I'm not
Really
surprised that he
good
hooked you
dude,
up.
and then yeah, he hooked it up all the time.
That's good. I'm happy to hear that they're taking care of you. Now, I also understand Action. Is it? Do you like when people call you Action or Bronson or how?
Whatever, Bam Bam,
Bam Bam.
Bronson,
Bam Bam Baklava
Baklava.
might be the best IG name of all time. Could you tell us? Is that
Thank you very much.
homage to Bam Bam Bigelow in some way?
It's an homage to Bam Bam Bigelow because I'm athletic enough to do 100 cartwheels in a row. And this is not a lie.
Oh,
And then baklava is an homage to my heritage with my Albanian, my grandmother. I just see her right now on the floor making the baklava and giving a little hand wave
I love
from
it.
heaven.
That's amazing. Yes, it reminds me a lot of my household. I grew up. My mom's Lebanese and my dad's Egyptian, so very, Middle Eastern.
You
A lot
got
of
that
food.
same. You got that same food.
That's right.
That
That's right.
same
So
heritage.
when I hear you talking about it, it reminds me of home. But you're a big like '80s, '90s pro wrestling fan as well, and you like is it fact or fiction that you like the jobbers too, like the Barry Horowitzes of the world? Why do these people interest you?
I just like everything. I like nuance. I like interesting characters. Why is there some weird Jewish guy, Barry Horowitz, just doing, come on. Bastion Booger, to come off the top. Like Akeem. Akeem was a jobber for sure.
Yeah, he was.
But, it's just like, I love the old wrestling. It was bizarre. Now it's like, it's too like anime and like new type of I like old cartoons, you know what I mean? That aesthetic. This is more new cartoonish.
Okay, so you don't watch it now?
I mean, I don't at all. I haven't watched it since Stone Cold.
Oh wow. So,
But I have the WWE Network, and I watched a bunch of old shit, and I'm just not impressed. I'm not happy with it.
who was your favorite back in the day as a kid?
I mean, I love Bret the Hitman Hart.
My favorite too.
He was the excellence of execution,
He
So,
was.
but bottom line, I like ECW the best. I used to go to the shows all the time when they had it at the Elks Lodge in Queens.
Wow.
Yeah, it was nuts. Sabu. I just had. Well, I do this little ridiculous show
Yes.
called Watching Ancient Aliens with me and my friends while we get stoned. There's no real name for it. It's called Traveling the Stars or something like that. And I just had Sabu on. I had RVD on. I had Razor Ramon.
What?
These guys, everybody just chilling out, giving their 2 cents about the world and how it was created, high, out of their minds.
I saw this on your Instagram. I was watching the clip, the promo for the show, which I think airs tonight, correct? On Viceland?
It actually does, man. This
I know.
wasn't planned. This was not a planned thing.
I know.
I don't really give a fuck. I just want people to watch it.
But then I saw the clip. I saw Sabu wearing the thing on, like, it was like, wow, that's Sabu and the whole gimmick. It was amazing.
From Bombay, Michigan.
That's right. Doing a true legend.
Did his little shtick, man. He's the man. He's funny. He's a good guy.
Now,
He has good stories.
do you ever meet Paul Heyman? I feel like you guys would get along.
Yeah, I did meet him backstage one time. Took me back there. I met him, Mick Foley. I met John Cena. Who else? Bunch of people.
Okay.
Flair.
Right.
Met Flair. Yeah. There's so many people throughout the years that I've met. There's no count of it. There's no picture. There's just a memory, eye contact, mutual respect and love.
Right. When is the last time you trimmed your beard?
I shaved it all off earlier last year or this year. I can't even remember. I look like a schmuck. Goodness, bro, it was crazy.
Yeah, why'd you do
I
that?
thought I still had a defined jawline, but come to find out, there's like triple chins under there.
So you didn't like it right away. Isn't that a horrible feeling when you shave the beard and you're like, oh no, what have I done?
Yeah, I kept the mustache on for a little bit, and I was like, what am I doing? What is this? This is gonna really cut somebody up. And then I shaved that off.
Yeah. And
And I
since then,
looked fucking crazy. I look like a fucking baby.
you just let it
big
grow.
baby. Yeah, and it's back.
I love
It's
it.
back to its full potential. Lots of jojoba oil.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
It got to be organic, fresh, pressed jojoba oil. It really keeps the irritants away from the skin because sometimes underneath a big beard, you could shave under there and you could have some yeast.
Oh.
So you want to make sure you don't have any yeast and you use the jojoba oil to make everything beautiful. You could put some argan oil, whatever, just to keep this area pristine.
It reminds me of the late great Kimbo Slice. You remember him?
Oh, do I remember him? He was my first memories of the internet were like rotten.com and watching Kimbo fight in backyards, fucking people up.
Legend. And now we have Jorge Masvidal, who came from that world as well, killing it as well.
Cuban Jesus. I love it. His hair is gorgeous, man. It's fucking, that's the type of thing you want. Volume and luster. That's what he's achieved at this point.
Right. Yeah, it's an amazing thing. Now, I have to ask, we both share an affinity for the New York Knicks, and I saw a clip, and you kind of blew past it. The host kind of blew past it, but last November, you were saying get rid of KP. You were saying, like, get rid of this guy, trade him for Kawhi. You weren't on the KP bandwagon? You were in support of this?
Nah, I wasn't. I knew. You could tell certain guys, they just don't have it in them. He didn't have New York in him, man, I knew somebody that sold his brother weed. Okay. And from what I heard, he didn't have it in him.
Wow. Yeah. So you knew the real stuff. So there had been some talk that he's like a diva, he's hard to deal with, all that stuff. Have you heard this as well?
I mean, I could have told you that from his haircut and just, like the texture of his skin on his face. It's like baby skin, Like, he uses lots of products. Yeah, the showers lined up with like 20 products. It's not a good thing. I have 1 or 2 products, tops. A scrubby thing, and that's it. For the places you can't reach. He has lots of products.
So you said good riddance when they traded him, despite the fact that they got essentially nothing back.
I mean, listen, I've learned to just embrace the Knicks would be bad. Okay. It's unfortunate, but I'm waiting to just explode with joy. You can't have pleasure without so much pain. And when they are finally amazing and they're good, oh man, will I feel so good. Finally.
It will be nice, yes. And what about the fact that they struck out with Kawhi, struck out with KD, struck out with Kyrie. They struck out with everyone. We got Bobby Portis, Action Bronson. I mean, man. Really? Who did we end up with? Julius Randle? Come on.
Julius Randle's going to be good.
Yeah, but...
Excuse me. No, but problem. I got to tell you this.
Please.
They don't like Dolan, man. Nobody wants to come to New York. I don't know. This is a prestigious place it's always been a prestigious place to play. I just don't understand where that became,
Right.
It's unfortunate. The Jets, they've been shitty also. It's just a fucking shitstorm. At least the Yankees have been good, but 10 years they haven't won a championship. That's what we expect here. We expect championships.
Amen. But again, MMA will always deliver for you. Can I ask you before you go, Nate Diaz, Anthony Pettis. Big card coming up. Who do you like in that one?
I like Nate in that one for sure.
Oh, yeah. Despite the layoff.
Absolutely. I don't think that it matters for Nate. He boxes. Who knows what he's doing? You know what I mean? He's training in all kinds of ways. You need some time mentally. You have to take some time off sometimes. You don't throw someone an ass whooping for 1 or 2 years, and then you come back and you're like, all right, I feel better now. I mean, Pettis has been fighting extremely well, but I just feel like Nate's just a different type of animal.
I feel like you're a big Diaz brothers guy. You respect those guys.
I do.
Who doesn't, right?
I do.
What about DC Stipe too?
Man, I can't really. How do you go against DC in this one? You really can't. DC, he knocked him out. I love Stipe. He's a true champion, but if I had to choose, gun to the head, you got to go with DC again.
Yeah, another legend, right?
True. I mean, it's legendary to gain weight and lose weight as much as he does, Right. It's really crazy. It's a fucking skill.
And that Alien show that you have, again, it airs tonight on Viceland, Sabu on it. You need to get GSP. GSP, a big Alien connoisseur. I don't know if you know this. He's claimed
I would love to have GSP on it.
Could you imagine that? You and GSP talking about aliens and whatnot? That'd be incredible.
Does he smoke publicly? I know he probably does privately.
Oh, so is that a requirement?
Like a stoner.
That's a requirement?
It's not a requirement. No, not at all. You just have to be comfortable being around it because I'm not going to stop it.
Sure. No. Isn't it amazing? Like 15 years ago, like the Diaz brothers were, they were viewed as like these villains because they smoked, and now like the UFC is cutting deals with CBD companies and all. Like it's so mainstream. Isn't that incredible?
It's unbelievable. You know where they're from? They're from that West Side where it starts, man.
Right.
They're just on a more progressive thought level. They knew that this stuff was medicine and it was helping people for real, and they made it possible for everybody to obtain it.
Well, this has been great. I feel like this was the appetizer. Like the next one, we need to have a smoked meat sandwich, maybe from Montreal. Have you ever had a smoked meat sandwich from Schwartz's in Montreal? Have you ever done that?
Of course, from Schwartz's, from the Maine. I'm a Montreal connoisseur. Joe Beef.
Oh, yes.
All that shit.
Oh, that'd be amazing. A little matzo ball soup a little later on. Go to, one of those. I mean, it would just be amazing. We sit down, we talk about
You just
fighting.
take a walk in the park. How about that?
Yes.
Talk about fighting.
So
Talk
old school
about bare
pro
knuckle fighting in the 1900s.
Oh, it'd be great. I would love every second of it. This has been an honor and a pleasure, my friend. Thank you so much for doing this. So we have the book out, bro. Right? The book is out. We got the shows. We got the album.
Man,
White
I'm
Bronco.
not even gonna plug it. There's all kinds of fucking shit out there. Just see what's up.
All right. Much love. Thank you for doing
Much
this. I
love
really
to you.
appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Peace out.
There he is. The one and only, the inimitable Action Bronson. How much fun was that? That was incredible. Hello, everyone. It's Ariel Helwani. I just came here to thank you for watching our ESPN YouTube channel. It's the best. You know what else is the best? The ESPN app. You can get highlights, analysis, all that stuff and more. And if you want premium content and live streaming sports, there's only one place for all of that. It's ESPN Plus.